ever imagined a computer that could solve problems in just seconds, ones that would take, like, our best supercomputers billions of years? I mean, that's the kind of potential we're talking about with quantum computing. And today we're going to dive into a couple of recent developments that suggest, well, this whole sci-fi future, it might be closer than we think.
It really is a fascinating time to be following this field.
For sure.
We've got some interesting news out of Oxford University
Okay.
about teleporting quantum gates, and then there's this groundbreaking announcement from Microsoft
Yeah.
about a new type of quantum computing chip they've developed.
Sounds like we're on the verge of a quantum leap, huh?
You could say that.
All right, so by the end of this deep dive, listeners, you're not only going to understand what these breakthroughs are, but we're going to help you grasp why everybody's so excited about them.
Exactly.
So let's start with the Oxford team, okay?
Sure.
And their teleportation triumph. Now, before you start picturing, Star Trek and all that, we need to clarify that quantum teleportation, it isn't about beaming objects, right?
Right.
It's about transferring information.
That's right. And to understand how it works, we really need to kind of delve into this strange world of quantum entanglement.
Okay.
It's a phenomenon that even Einstein found perplexing.
Really?
Yeah, he called it spooky action at a distance.
Spooky action at a distance, huh?
Essentially, you can have these two entangled particles, and they can be separated by vast distances, but they're linked in such a way that if you change one, the other one changes instantaneously.
Okay, I can see why he called it spooky. But what's really groundbreaking here, right, is that the Oxford team, they didn't just teleport quantum states.
Right.
They teleported logic gates.
Exactly, yeah.
So what are the implications of that?
Well, you see, logic gates, they're like the fundamental building blocks of computation. Okay. Like the transistors in your computer. Being able to telecoid them, well, this opens up the possibility of building modular quantum computers.
Okay.
And this is huge because one of the biggest challenges in the field has been figuring out how to scale up these incredibly delicate systems.
So instead of trying to cram everything into one, giant fragile processor,
Yeah,
we could link smaller, more manageable ones together.
precisely. Yeah. It's like building a supercomputer out of like a network of laptops
Uh-huh.
instead of relying on one massive machine.
Interesting.
And the fact that the Oxford team achieved this using existing technology suggests that we might be closer to practical quantum computing than we thought.
This is fascinating. All right, now let's switch gears a little bit. Let's talk about Microsoft's new quantum computing chip. What's so special about it?
So what makes this chip remarkable is that it's based on a newly discovered topological phase of matter.
Topological phase.
It's like discovering a new state of matter beyond, solid, liquid, and gas.
Okay.
And this discovery, which took Microsoft nearly 20 years of research,
Oh, wow.
has the potential to revolutionize quantum computing.
So it sounds like a pretty big deal.
It is.
Can you help break down what a topological phase is and why it's so significant for building quantum computers?
Okay, so imagine a donut and a coffee mug.
Okay.
To a topologist, they're the same
Really?
because you can smoothly deform one into the other without cutting or blowing.
Huh.
A topological phase of matter uses this concept,
Okay.
but it applies it to the way electrons behave within a material.
All right.
It's this unique topological property that Microsoft is exploiting to create what they call topological qubits.
Okay, I think I'm starting to get the picture. Now, why is this specific type of qubit so important?
So traditional qubits, the basic unit of information in a quantum computer, they're incredibly susceptible to environmental noise, leading to errors. And this decoherence, as it's called, is a major hurdle in quantum computing. But because topological qubits encode information in a topological state, they are far more robust and less prone to errors.
So it's like the difference between writing on a piece of paper that can easily be smudged
Yeah,
versus like carving something into stone.
that's a great analogy.
Okay.
Microsoft's approach with topological qubits addresses one of the fundamental challenges in building reliable quantum computers. And this leads us to another key point, the emphasis on useful qubits.
Useful qubit. You've piqued my curiosity. What makes a qubit useful versus, not?
Well, it's not just about having a large number of qubits.
Okay.
It's about having qubits that are stable,
Uh-huh.
reliable, and that can be controlled effectively to perform complex calculations. Microsoft is prioritizing quality over quantity. They're focusing on building qubits that can actually be used to solve real-world problems.
So are they saying that other companies like Google, who are focused on simply increasing qubit count,
Yeah,
are on the wrong track?
not necessarily. There are different approaches to building quantum computers.
Okay.
While Google's approach has its merits, Microsoft's focus on useful qubits is a significant differentiator.
I see.
Yeah,
It seems like there's a lot of healthy competition in the field, which is always a good thing,
yeah,
for innovation. But before we get too carried away with all this progress, I can't help but think back to, all the hype surrounding AI, which, let's face it, it hasn't quite delivered on all its promises.
yeah.
Could quantum computing be kind of headed down a similar path?
That's a valid concern.
Yeah,
There's definitely a lot of hype
right.
surrounding quantum computing, and we need to be cautious
Uh-huh.
about overpromising. However, I believe there's a fundamental difference
Okay.
between AI and quantum computing.
Okay.
While AI is still searching for its killer app, quantum computing already has some very specific
Yeah.
and potentially revolutionary applications in the pipeline.
Can you give us some concrete examples of these applications?
Absolutely. One of the most promising areas is in materials science.
Okay.
Imagine self-healing materials that can repair themselves,
Wow.
catalysts that can break down microplastics polluting our oceans,
Yeah.
and even personalized medicine tailored to your specific genetic makeup.
Hmm.
These are all within the realm of possibility
That sounds incredible.
with quantum computers.
But how does a quantum computer actually help us design new materials or drugs?
It all comes down to simulation.
Okay.
Many of the challenges in materials science and drug discovery
Yeah.
involve understanding how atoms and molecules interact
Uh-huh.
at a quantum level.
Okay.
These interactions are far too complex for even the most powerful classical computers to simulate accurately.
I see.
But quantum computers, because they operate on the principles of quantum mechanics,
Yeah.
can tackle these problems head-on.
So quantum computers could dramatically accelerate the development of new technologies
Exactly.
and therapy.
And it's not just limited to materials, science, and medicine.
Oh, wow.
Quantum computers could also revolutionize fields like finance, logistics,
Wow.
and artificial intelligence itself.
That's pretty remarkable.
It is.
Now let's get back to Microsoft's chip for a moment.
Okay.
They mentioned something about their quantum computers working in conjunction with traditional computers.
Right.
So it's not an all or nothing scenario.
That's an important point.
Okay.
Quantum computers are not meant to replace classical computers entirely.
Gotcha.
They're more like specialized accelerators
Okay.
for solving specific types of problems that are currently intractable
Right.
for classical computers.
So it's like having a powerful graphics card in your computer
Yeah,
that handles all the heavy lifting for, video editing or gaming,
right.
while the rest of the system kind of takes care of everyday tasks.
That's a good analogy.
Okay.
So in the future, we can imagine a hybrid computing environment
Uh-huh.
where classical computers handle most of the tasks,
Yeah.
and quantum computers are called upon to solve those specific problems
Right.
where they excel.
Okay.
For example, a pharmaceutical company might use a classical computer to manage its databases and run simulations,
Yeah.
but then turn to a quantum computer to simulate the interactions of molecules for drug development.
This is starting to sound less like science fiction and more
Yeah,
like a glimpse into our near future.
exactly.
It seems like we're at the beginning of a very exciting journey.
It is.
But with any powerful technology, there are always potential downsides.
Right.
What are some of the concerns we should be thinking about as quantum computing advances?
Well, one of the biggest concerns is the potential for disruption
Okay.
in cybersecurity.
Cybersecurity. Okay.
Our current encryption methods, which rely on the difficulty of factoring large numbers,
Uh-huh.
could be easily broken by powerful quantum computers.
So everything we do online,
Potentially, yes.
from banking to shopping to communicating, could be vulnerable.
But the good news is that cryptographers are already working hard
Okay.
to develop new quantum-resistant encryption algorithms.
Okay.
It's a race against time, but it's essential to stay ahead of the curve.
That's reassuring to hear.
Yeah.
What about the economic impact? Could quantum computing lead to job displacement on a large scale?
It's a valid concern.
Yeah.
Throughout history, technological advances have often led to shifts in the job market.
Right.
While some jobs may become obsolete,
Uh-huh.
new ones will emerge.
Okay.
Think about the people needed to design, build, program, and maintain these quantum computers.
Yeah.
There will be an entirely new workforce required.
So it's not just about the jobs that might be lost,
Right.
but also about the new opportunities that will be created.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's essential to view technological advancement is a process of transformation
Uh-huh.
rather than simply replacement.
Right.
We need to focus on retraining and education to prepare the workforce
Yeah.
for the jobs of the future.
It sounds like there's a lot to be excited about,
Yeah,
but also a lot to be cautious about.
right.
It's a reminder that we need to think carefully
Yes,
about how we develop and use this incredibly powerful technology.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
Open and informed discussions like this are crucial
Yeah.
to ensure that quantum computing is used responsibly
Uh-huh.
and for the benefit of all.
It's definitely a lot to wrap our heads around. When we talk about the potential of quantum computing, it's easy to get kind of caught up in the scientific breakthroughs and technological advancements, but we also need to consider the bigger picture,
Yeah,
the geopolitical implications, right? Could this technology become like a source of tension
right.
between nations?
Yeah, that's a crucial question to consider.
Yeah.
Just as we've seen with artificial intelligence and other transformative technologies,
Right.
quantum computing has the potential to shift the balance of power
Uh-huh.
on the global stage.
Yeah.
This could lead to both opportunities for collaboration
Okay.
and challenges in terms of competition,
Right.
and even potential conflict.
I imagine like countries racing to develop quantum computers
Yeah,
for, military purposes or using them to gain an advantage in espionage or economic warfare. It sounds almost like a sci-fi thriller,
right.
but it's a reality we need to be prepared for.
You're right. Those are very real concerns. It's not just about the technology itself. It's about how it's used
Right.
and who controls it.
Yeah.
International cooperation and open dialogue will be essential to ensure that quantum computing is developed and used responsibly,
Uh-huh.
minimizing the risks of conflict and misuse.
So it seems like this goes beyond the realm of science and technology and enters the realm of diplomacy and international relations. It's a reminder that innovation doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's always intertwined with social, political, and ethical considerations.
Absolutely, the future of quantum computing will be shaped not just by scientists and engineers, but also by policymakers,
Right.
ethicists, and ultimately by citizens
Yeah.
who engage in these important conversations.
It feels like we're standing at a crossroads, and the path we choose now will determine the trajectory of this powerful technology.
Yeah.
What can we as individuals do to help shape the future of quantum computing? It all seems so complex and far-reaching.
Well, the first and most important step is to stay informed
Okay.
and engaged.
Mm-hmm.
The more people understand about quantum computing,
Yeah.
its potential benefits, and its potential risks,
Right.
the better equipped we'll be as a society to make informed decisions about its development and use.
So listening to podcasts like this is a good start.
It is, yeah.
But how can we move beyond just understanding the technology to actively shaping its future?
Don't be afraid to ask questions, challenge assumptions, and participate in conversations about the ethical and societal implications of quantum computing.
Yeah,
Engage with your elected officials, attend public forums, and join online discussions.
right.
Your voice matters.
It's a reminder that the future isn't something that just happens to us. It's something we actively create through
Exactly.
our choices and actions.
We all have a role to play in shaping the future of quantum computing
Right.
and ensuring that it leads to a brighter future for all of humanity.
This has been an incredibly insightful deep dive
It
into
has.
the world of quantum computing.
It really has.
We started with teleporting logic gates and ended up discussing the future of humanity.
Yeah.
It's amazing how these cutting-edge technologies can lead us to contemplate some of the biggest questions facing our world.
It's been a pleasure exploring these fascinating topics with you. It's crucial to remember that we're not just passive observers.
Right.
We're active participants in shaping the future.
And on that note, we want to leave our listeners with one final thought to ponder. If quantum computers can truly unlock solutions to problems we can't even conceive of today, what ethical considerations should we be grappling with right now to guide the development of this powerful technology? Let's keep this conversation going in the comments below. Thanks for joining us on the deep dive.